Max, that big dunk there to go up 59-44 in the second half. Just take me through that play and being able to just lift up the crowd and just the arena with that play.
Yeah, that was a play we had scouted for, and it was just kind of a flip back, and then it was an ISO. So I thought I could maybe jump the flip back, and I did, and then just I don't even really know. I just went for it and dunked it, and then wanted to hype the crowd up. So that's pretty much it.
And toss us, just how much energy did Max provide the team in the first half and also in the second half with making plays like that?
Oh my God, yeah, Max did an amazing job. It's a dunk that keep the crowd up from their seats. But I feel like the whole game, he was making the right plays, taking charges, playing hard on defense, and he was overall like our the guy out there with the most energy. I felt like, and he works every day in practice, and we appreciate that, and we love Max, and I feel like he did his job tonight, and that shows up too on the stat sheet.
Yep, and then for you, a great second half offensively against their talented front court. Just what was working for you offensively there in the second half?
I just think the guys just found me on open shots, and I just said to myself, be calm out there, focus, and finish the plays basically. I just feel like we moved the ball well, and I just found some open shots, and I knocked them down. So.
And just defensively for both of you, just how challenging is it to defend players like Grant Nelson, Andrew Morgan there, and Skunberg as well, just in that front court for them?
NDSU is a really good team, right? I mean, as you said, they got like many good guys, and it's tough on defense, but in practice and coming into the game, we just said we got to compete on both ends, and we did it. And I think the best part about this team is that we all lock in, on defense, and we play until we get the rebound or we get a stop, or if we get scored on, we play for the next best action, as we say.
And I think Grant Nelson for me was a really tough cover just because he's so tall, but he moves like a guard, and he's still really quick. And we kind of went into a double team, which helped me too. I wasn't just one-on-one on an island with him all night. And then kind of in the second half, if I read one of his moves right, I kind of took the charge, and I'm glad they were getting called in our favor.
Just one more for both of you. Just they make that 8-0 run there late. Just how did the team keep its composure there down the stretch?
We didn't want to play like trying not to lose and still trying to win the game. So be confident on defense, confident in switches, just because they were kind of running, gunning a lot and stuff, and just keep playing defense. What got us there and what got us the win ultimately.
Can I say one last thing? Or are you guys done? Oh, I was going to say thanks to the fans out there. It's amazing playing in the crowd, and I know they keep supporting us no matter what's happening out there, and it's awesome. I've been here 4 years, and every time I go out there, I get the chills. Walking out there and hear people cheering on us. So thanks to all the Coyote fans, and hope to see them to every game from now on, and at home.
See him Saturday.
Yes, sir.
A little bit more careful going down the stairs. Thanks for waiting. I'm a little out of breath, too. Yeah, so, I thought we played great on the defensive end. When I'm watching film and I'm reviewing the game, that's mainly what I'm watching, right? And we can make all the excuses of the travel and playing so many games in so many days or whatever for the Oral Roberts deal, but we didn't compete. And the biggest message we sent to our guys yesterday in film and today in film is we're going to find out what type of team we are, because if we show up and compete, we'll be just fine. And I'm really proud of our defensive effort, especially in the first half. They did some different things in the second half, but holding Nelson to 13 points and then Morgan to 1 point, so they're 4 and 5 to 14 total points. They play through those guys all the time, and they're two very good players. So really pleased with our defensive effort, and we know we get another tough one on Saturday.
And just with them making that push there, just how did the team keep their composure late in the game? Yeah,
I think if you watch some of our games, you can see teams that make runs. When we lost those games, we just folded. Like we were out of it, right? And you can show those clips and you can talk about it, but we've been through more experiences where teams have made runs at us and we fought right back. Western, there was two huge sequences where they got up early, we came back, then they got up before the half, we came fighting back. So I think the more you play and the more I get to coach these guys, we get a better feel for each other too. And I'm proud because we called that timeout and we talked about playing not to lose. And that's how I felt like we were playing instead of just playing to win. And once we were playing to win, like we got some really good looks, they just didn't go down, right? There was a lot of in and outs that just popped out, and there was a lot of point blank shots at the rim, and we just didn't make them. So we make those, and it's different at the end.
How much of a lift did just being back at home in front of the Coyote fans give you guys tonight?
Oh, it's a huge deal, right? You walk into the arena at 7:30 in the morning after a long bus trip back from Oral Roberts, and you're just like, just take a deep breath, like, man, and drive 5 minutes and go home, and our players are walking over to the dorms. Obviously, winning on the road is really tough. If you look at college basketball this year, I'd like to know the numbers. Someone's got to tweet that out so we can see the percentages of winning on the road. It's really, really hard. I was really happy with the split with Western and St. Thomas. We were one possession away from getting that sweep. Obviously, didn't play well at Oral Roberts, but we knew that this was a really important game for us. Yesterday, we talked about we're 2 games out of second place and 2 games out of ninth place, right? So we're kind of smack dab in the middle. So we can control our own destiny, right? It's on us. And when you say that to the guys, I don't know if they knew we were 2 games out of first place. And once you did, you just saw a different energy at practice before we started.
And just speaking of energy, Max Burchell really helped you guys there in that second to last media time or stanza before the media timeout, and just the energy he provided with that dunk. Just how much energy did him and the rest of the bench provide tonight?
Well, I knew he was going to dunk it. And I didn't know if he was going to make it, but I knew he was going to dunk it, just the look in his eyes. But no, the first time he checked in, they were guarding Tassos with their 4s and switching everything, and they were guarding Max and Damani with their 5s, right? So we knew Max would be open, right? And you just try to say, Max, if you're open, shoot it. Drive at them. Like, don't just be on your heels. And he caught that first one, and I think he was surprised he was so wide open. And then he shot it, and it went in, and I knew we were going to be okay. But, man, he was just attacking downhill. Outside the dunk, like I thought he did a really good job in the half court. And I would say the biggest attribute that he brought was his defense. Him and Damani were the 2 guys that guarded number 4, Nelson, the entire game and held him to 13 points. So Max brings energy on both ends, and he's getting much better offensively, and he's feeling more comfortable.
As a coach, what goes through your mind when the team is in foul trouble, even with the lead, and just having to shuffle lineups the way that you were forced to in the second half?
What goes through your mind? Stop fouling. No, I mean, Cruz picked up his 3rd, AJ picked up his 3rd, and then Damani got in foul trouble too. So, I mean, those are 3 pretty important players for us. And at first, we were just trying to rotate those guys so we only had one of them in the game at a time and try not to get them tired, because when you're tired, you typically are more likely to foul. So we're just trying to keep those guys fresh. In Damani, I'm just like, well, if Damani fouls out, I don't really care. Like, he plays so hard, I don't think Damani can turn the switch off. You know what I'm saying? Some players are like, man, I got 4. I'm going to let him have this layup. Damani's going to go and foul him and not give him open layups. So Damani, we just decided to play, and I thought our rotations were pretty good at the end of the game.
And then just talking about Tassos and his offensive performance in the second half against their talented front court, also getting 9 rebounds in the game. Just talk about his effort against their front court in the game.
Yeah, well, he didn't get 9 rebounds last year, maybe in a game, but he averaged, I think, like 4 or 5 rebounds a game. And that's one thing we talked about, that he has to take his game to another level by being able to rebound for us. And he's taking it more seriously. We come in here after a game, and I tell him the percentages that he goes to the glass to try to get rebounds, right? And we want to be at 80%, and if he's not at 80%, sometimes you feel like you're letting the team down, right? So he's been a much better rebounder since we've been giving him those stats. I'm proud of Tassos because against Oral Roberts, they defended us the exact same way NDSU defended us. And Tassos, they just switched on everything, and Tassos couldn't score, right? And he almost just kind of, you just saw it in his eyes like they're just denying me the ball. They're switching so I can't pick and pop. And we talked, and I'm just like, Tassos, just play. I don't care who's guarding you. Just play. If somebody's there, post them up. Ball screen, and then just roll them to the post if they're switching. And, there's a huge difference in his eyes between Oral Roberts in this game. And it starts by just seeing some success early. And he made a few baskets, and then he kind of just took off. So 23 points, 9 rebounds, really good outing for Tass. Wow, that was easy. You got one more? Okay.
Yeah, just looking ahead, where may an area or two that you want to see the team work on going in North Dakota on Saturday?
Bringing the same energy, playing with the Gator mentality, same deal. And, we talked about the 2 games out of second place, 2 games out of ninth place. Well, that's the same deal, right? We talk, when you look at schedules, the good teams win at home, okay? The really good teams sweep on the road or can get sweeps, not consistently because it's really hard to do that, but the elite teams sweep on the road, right? So if you can get splits on the road, you're probably up there, right? And we know how important it is for us to win at home, and we have to bring that same energy, and it starts on the defensive end. If you look at our numbers, anytime we played well defensively, we usually win, right? And, sometimes when you got a bunch of offensive guys out there that love to score, they're thinking score, and it's like, guys, when we get stops, we're so much better offensively. So just keep showing that stuff on film, and it's paid off. Thank you, guys. Go Yotes.